I don't know if y'all can tell by looking at me, but I don't have a house. I don't. I'm currently living through this app I found where I find strangers who choose me to stay at their place, water their plants, take care of their pets. It's called Hinge. No, but I do live that way. I just go from house to house. I call it serial pet sitting. Yeah, people, usually it goes pretty well, but I recently got in trouble with one of my clients because she found me on Facebook, and she sent me a screenshot of what she saw, and it was a photo that I took of myself dangling out of her washing machine. She goes, "What are you doing inside of my washing machine?" She was pretty pissed. I was like, "No, it's fine. I wasn't trying to wash myself. I just wanted to see if I could fit so that I could take that picture." And she goes, "You are a full-fledged adult with a fully developed frontal cortex. You do not need to be getting inside of people's washing machines." I think she's just jealous because she's not skinny enough to fit into her washing machine. Yeah. I also got in trouble another time because the cat escaped. And I don't know if y'all know this, but the one rule to pet sitting is to not lose the animal. So I can understand why he was mad. But first of all, male cat owner, kind of a red flag, right? He's like, how'd the cat get out? How does the cat get out? I wanted to tell him, look, calm down. I see cats on the street all the time. I've never seen a dead one. It's probably fine. I didn't say that, though. I was like, "You're right. I'm sorry. I screwed up." And he goes, "Yeah, you did. That's my baby." I was like, "Oh, pump the brakes, baby." Can you imagine if I was taking care of babies and I lost a baby and the parent's like, "Where's my child?" And I said, "Look, calm down. I see babies all the time. Never seen a dead one." I think that's pretty lame. I think if you're calling your pet your child, you should stop doing that. I don't think that they're our child. My best friend does it all the time. She's got this little dog. She's like, "Teddy's my son. Teddy's my son." I'm like, "Well, we're doing blow in front of your son right now." I get it. Like, you love them. They're not just pets. I refer to pets as angels. I think angels is more appropriate, because angels also watch you jerk off. You're not gonna do that in front of your son. I eat pretty healthy, and I don't like to talk about it because I'm worried that, you're gonna think I'm judging you if you're fat. I don't have a problem with fat people. I think if you're fat, be fat, because we all have our things, right? Like, I know fat people who don't do any drugs or drink any alcohol, and I think that's pretty cool, right? Because me, I ate a salad today, but I'm going to do cocaine tonight. Like, I only eat right so that I can binge drink and do drugs whenever I want to. I think if you go the entire year without drinking soda, you can do Molly twice a year. It's not going to hurt. And then skinny people are like, "Well, have you ever had to sit between two fat people on an airplane?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was the best sleep I've ever had." Finding a therapist, that's pretty hard, right? Because you can't. I do it online, I've done the online therapy, which took me for a loop. I thought online therapy was going to be a lot like online dating, where you can just swipe around and talk to as many therapists at a time. as you want. Really scope them out before you find the one you want to spend the rest of your life with. But it doesn't work like that. You only get one. And I didn't like the one I got paired up with, you know, because we started off our session. She told me she preferred to communicate through typing, which I agreed to because I'm looking for any reason for this not to work. That's my problem, is that I do therapy, I'll pay for it, and then I hope it doesn't work so that I don't have to keep going. We had 10 sessions through typing. She learned one thing about me. She goes, "You are codependent." And I didn't know what that meant, so I was like, "No, LOL." I was like, "I file my own taxes." And she goes, "No, codependency is where you have trouble communicating healthy boundaries, and you're also really bad at respecting other people's boundaries." Which I thought was kind of rude, but I kept seeing her because I don't know how to end things with people. She's kind of a bitch. The other day, I told her I was thinking about becoming an escort. And she goes, "Well, you've done a lot more for a lot less." She gave me her blessing. She was like, "Maybe you should think about OnlyFans first." Yeah, I am single, and I don't mind it. I think the hardest part about being single is telling everyone, because I feel like there's I feel like there's no way to say it without it sounding horny. It always sounds horny and desperate. Just gonna start saying I'm divorced. That sounds horny and desperate too, but people usually don't want to talk to me if I say I'm divorced. No, but I am single, and it's fine. It's fine. I just haven't been single in a while, not since my early 20s, and now I'm 30, and I'm off my Zoloft. So I have feelings in my clit again. Which means I gotta get back out there, So I'm getting back out there. I was in Chicago recently, and I really wanted to go to a jazz show, but it was really expensive, so I went to a sports bar in hopes that I would find a guy there to take me to the jazz show. And I did. I was sitting at the bar, and this guy came up to me, and it was a very, very petite Mexican man, but he's offering to buy me drinks, so this could work. Yeah. Within the first drink, I realized that his English is as good as my Spanish, but we're both really good at smiling and nodding, so I think this could work, right? I asked him, I was like, "Do you want to go to the jazz show?" But I knew he didn't know what I said, so I was like, "You like sax?" And he goes, "Sex?" And then he came back with a stack of cash. I was like, "Go, he thinks I'm a hooker." But I did. I took him over to the jazz show. We're standing outside, and he looked confused. I was like, "Oh, jazz now, jizz later." And he still looked confused. But we got into the show, and he paid for everything. So I had 4 dirty martinis, because if I'm going to act like a whore, I'm going to drink like one. And I got pretty lit, and I took him back to my hotel, which made me feel very masculine. I took this little bitch back to my hotel. I'm fucking his brains out. No, we We hadn't even started fucking yet. It was but it was going well. I was actually really into him. It was going good until he decided to pull out the biggest bottle of lube I've ever seen. The biggest bottle. I mean, I didn't even know they had Costco in Chicago. It was a big bottle. It was very offensive to me because I'm not that old. And then I got creeped out because this dude didn't have a backpack. So he's just been walking around with the lube in his pocket all night, plotting on how to fuck me in my ass, I assume. And I didn't know how to say no butt sex, so I was like, you know what, fine, let's do it, because my therapist is right. No, but yeah, you guys are really fun. I think that's my time. Thank you.